Most devoted people to their jobs, they've got a story behind what makes them passionate. And I'm curious what made the both of you as evolve your careers as lieutenants in a police force into becoming lockdown experts.
I think it was a natural progression. We're both instructors. We teach at the police academy. We teach other departments. And as we started instructing police officers how to respond to these incidents, we saw things that were common in some of these past shooting events. And we saw things that had we had the chance to go and talk to these people before that incident happened, they may have had a better understanding of what was going to happen, what the reaction should be, how to survive the incident. And as that progressed, we saw these things that were common in incident after incident. And it just led to a conversation between us and, what ultimately turned out to be our audience were teachers and students. And they want to know, they don't get that type of training through the school systems. So we're providing that to them at this point.
Mm-hmm. There's been a dramatic increase in these mass shooting incidents in the last 15 years especially. Many more deaths and injuries as a result. Debates can be made as to the cause or what's fueling these kinds of things. It's a failed mental health system, easier access to guns, exposure to violence in movies, all these types of things. Why did you decide to devote your energies to what happens while inside the building during an incident instead of preventing the incidents?
I think our expertise lies within the training. As Brian said before, we've trained teachers and students for over a decade. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, we look at it as our responsibility to make them as prepared as possible to put themselves in a position where they can help themselves and help the students that they're responsible for with getting to a position to ultimately put themselves away from any type of shooter or violent incident. We've been doing this for 10 years, and I think that that training and response is the most important thing, because it's very difficult to prevent somebody from coming in to determine who's going to do something, who's going to come into a school, who's going to come into a mall or any other facility and possibly create a violent event. So the next best action is to actually train people so they can help mitigate any type of casualties and to put themselves in the best position to protect themselves.
Prepare.
And some of these other, things, they're slow. I mean, we've seen on the national level, gun control, mental health issues, through legislation, they're slow moving. Kevin and I get a better sense when we go and talk to these people. We get a much more, instant reaction from them. It's something tangible that we can tell them to do. Let these other things play out on a national level. They're going to take years to do. But what we're doing is much more tangible, and it's something that these people felt that they have control over. They have ownership of it.